100% made in America. More Frank now on 96.1 KLPX.
In the 70s, in the 1970s, when I was collecting baseball cards, I would get a card that said Future All-Stars on it. And there would be like 3 rookie players on one card.
Yeah.
And so I've got Cal Ripken Jr., Future All-Stars. That's probably my most valuable baseball card.
Wow.
I feel like I've got a future all-star in the studio with me right now. It's the only reason I bring up that analogy. His name is Jack Fletcher. He is a comedian and author, and he has written his first book, and he's here to talk to us about it. Jack, good morning.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited that you've written a book, and I shared with you, honest to God truth, hand to God, what I told you off air. And Kristine can back me up on this because I've expressed this with her. I don't know for me if there's anything that I find more phenomenal in achievement than authoring a book and getting it published and in book form.
Right.
I think that is just a phenomenal achievement, and I can't congratulate you enough. Big, big ups to you.
I appreciate it, man. It didn't feel like this great accomplishment just because I was out doing stand-up every night. I'd come home drunk, and I'd just start writing on the keyboard. And then eventually I was like, this is kind of long. I think I can turn this into something. And that's,
Yeah.
It sounds like a text message to Kristine. I'm like, I can edit this a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're a Phoenix kid, and you come down to Tucson. You go to U of A.
I used to go to U of A.
Not currently, but you attended, and that's where you met Kristine. Not at the U of A, but here in Tucson. And you're
No, I was on campus with a backpack going, "Hello, children.
Hello.
How are you, kid? I am also a kid in school. Yes, I." No, we met at like the Mint or whatever, one of those. I was doing the comedy.
Open mics.
And the open mics and stuff, and doing like a little feedback, So he would come in, and he is the one comic that I had the least amount of notes for. You know what I mean? Like I would do a feedback type thing, with
I got you.
a show called Critical Comedy, and he would come in and he would do the show, and I would often just be like, I got nothing for you. He's a talent. Like he was genuinely good right out of the gate, like a prodigy.
It sounds like what she's getting at is that right out of the gate, you kind of had your own voice, your own feel, and
told him that,
which is something that takes some people years to discover.
Exactly.
Right.
I've been doing radio since 1986, and I still don't know if I'm a shock jock or a family show. I can't figure it out. So. You moved to New York City. You were there for about a year. And does Kristine know this story about you getting that apartment in the Bronx?
No, she probably doesn't. So I was applying to get an apartment in the Bronx.
This explains why he was there for a year. Like when you hear this story, you'll understand everythng.
And I couldn't tour apartments because I was in Phoenix, and so I got this apartment video. It looked about 400 square feet, and I signed the lease. And when I got to New York, I opened the door and I started laughing out loud because I realized I just got screwed. But I measured it out. It was 160 square feet. And I messaged the lady who sold to me, and I was like, I think you gave me the wrong apartment. And then she blocked me.
She blocks him.
And then I messaged the landlord. I was like, hey, I just got screwed. They sent me the wrong apartment. And they're like, you signed the lease. Welcome to New York. Rent's doing the first, jackass. And like that was that, So,
So can you imagine the hustle and bustle of trying to secure yourself gigs, and then when you go home, you're going home in this little bread box in the Bronx.
Oh my God!
It was so comfy though. It was a really nice apartment.
Oh,
well, good. That's nice.
Cozy. Yeah.
Very cozy. Yeah.
Let's talk about your book. You've called it "Joy Punks: Writing on the Wall." And you go by Jack, but your pen name is Fletcher.
Yeah.
I love it. It says on the back, author, comedian, part-time bartender. After graduating from University of Arizona with a BFA in film and a minor in creative writing, Fletch moved to New York City to pursue a career in stand-up comedy. He's been performing since he was 17, when he had to use fake IDs to sneak into clubs just to get some stage time.
That is correct.
You're still not using fake IDs, are you?
I'm not, just for scams.
I got you. Sure, yeah.
Just for scams. Renting apartments in the Bronx.
Right.
Just kidding.
What made you decide to make the setting of your book Northern Arizona and Flagstaff?
I just as a kid, we would go up to Flagstaff and spend like a week there in the summer, and it always just felt like the coolest place to me.
Right.
And so when I started writing my book, I was like, I didn't want to write it in like a big city because I didn't feel like that was the vibe the story wanted to tell.
Sure, right. Yeah.
And then I was like, where's my favorite place that's not a big city? And it's Flagstaff. So there you go.
We lived in Colorado Springs when I was a little tater tot. That's where we started kindergarten, first grade. So, yeah, what you're saying about Flagstaff is describing for me Colorado Springs.
Right.
There's a spot that holds a place that is magical. Also, like, it brings back warm childhood memories and isn't Phoenix.
Yeah.
What's the synopsis of your story?
Yeah, so the story is about a society where everyone can find out the day they die when they turn 18. So the main character figures out he's going to die at like 27 and starts having like a midlife crisis. He starts abusing drugs and alcohol, and it's kind of about his path to finding himself.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's also how society would treat people who like are going to die early and are making bad decisions.
Everybody in this society knows when they die.
Yeah, once they turn 18.
Okay.
You can choose not to, but most people don't.
Okay. So when you turn 18, you're given the choice of deciding if you want to know when your life ends.
Yeah, of natural causes. So you can still like OD or get hit by a car or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then in a society like that, and this is part of the synopsis, so I'm not like coming up with this on my own, but people are being judged based on the decisions that they make based on their morality.
Yeah.
So you know your end date. Why are you being so bad to yourself?
Right.
Why are you killing yourself early with drugs and alcohol and drink and all that?
Right. I mean, I just feel like if I was 18 and I found out I had a couple years left,
right,
I'm not going to like go to college or start a family. I'm just going to just start drinking and having a good time.
What would you do, Kristine?
Yeah. I mean, exactly what I did do. I mean, I was here for a good time, not a long time, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I did do.
Right. Yeah.
I always thought I'm going to die too, so I just it really bottoms down to like you don't really have a hope. If you don't have hope, then that's what you end up doing. You just do whatever it takes to feel good. And like he says, like, so this kid is like having a midlife crisis at 18 because he's got 10 years left.
Yeah.
Or 9.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. I love this idea. What gave you this idea?
So
were you going through something, honey?
No, I hope not. So it's kind of funny. My dad is a doctor, and he was looking at some patient who had, 4 months to live, and they were 25. And my dad was like telling me about it. And he's like, yeah, if this kid knew he was going to die so young, he probably wouldn't have done to college. Probably would have just done a lot of drugs, had a good time. My dad's like, I don't even know if that's the wrong decision for him. It's a good. He's like, it'd be a good idea for a story. And I thought about it, and then I started writing it. And then when I finished the story, I gave him a copy, and I said, this book's dedicated to you. Do you remember this conversation? You inspired me. It's like, I have no recollection of that at all. He just completely blanked it from his mind. But I was like, it meant a lot to me.
That's funny. Yeah. Isn't that weird how what we take away from an interaction with somebody, that other person may not have any impact on them at all?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's crazy.
And it really is, isn't it? Yeah. Jack Fletcher is our guest. He's written a book called Joy Punks, Writing on the Wall. What's the secondary title?
The secondary title comes from, Writing on the Wall comes from the Bible.
Yes.
When the hand of God writes on a wall, this king's got a year to live. So that's where that came from.
Gotcha.
Wow.
It sounds like you've got a loving relationship with your father.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
What's that
smart.
like?
It's good. I don't know. I'm definitely a disappointment though, because he's like a third generation doctor.
Oh no!
And I was like, I'm gonna write jokes, and he's like, oh my god, all right, you know.
It's funny that you bring this up, Frank, because I have like always been real curious about his parents because they made such a interesting, creative, and thoughtful son at just a very young age. Like I said, for some reason, you see a lot of kids that come into comedy, you know, real young, and they think they want to be Sam Kinison, or they think they have an idea, and you can tell that right off the bat because they're basically copying somebody that they saw. They're copying Carlin, they're copying Richard Pryor, whatever. Right. But this guy was like right out of the gate, his own person, and it just has made me, as a mom, very curious about his parents and where he came from. I want to meet them. I want to hug them.
Jack, do you have siblings?
I have 2 younger brothers.
Oh, so you're the firstborn.
I'm the firstborn.
Yeah,
yeah.
and so 3 boys.
3 boys. One of my brothers just retired from professional soccer. He's now getting a master's in water engineering, and my other brother is a firefighter.
I gotta meet these kids. I gotta meet your parents. I just have to know what they did right. I want them to rub the juju on me. What did they do?
Hold on, I'm a soccer person. I'm wearing Mexican national jersey right now. Where did your brother play?
He played for a minor league team in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Well, that would be Knoxville 1.
That's correct. That's who he played for.
What?
He's acting like he doesn't. He's acting like somebody. He's talking to somebody that doesn't know anything about soccer.
You were the first
Frank
person who's ever been able to name that team.
I know.
I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. What's his name?
Sam Fletcher.
Sam Fletcher. Okay, I know. There's a kid that used to play for FC Tucson that went to Knoxville 1.
Okay.
And on the last home game of the season, I'm wearing a Stone Island overshirt, and the most beautiful girl in the world runs up to me and says, "Oh my God, I love your Stone Island overshirt." And then I was like, well, which player's girlfriend are you?
Yeah, right.
and I was right. She was. Hey, Jack, it's been so much fun meeting you. I just, you know, you're 22 now?
I'm 27.
27.
I'm 27.
All right.
Much older.
Okay, yeah. You put on a little bit of not that you put on because I didn't see you before, but just based on your interaction with Kristine, it seems to me that since she's seen you last that you've shed some baby face.
Yeah, well, I grew a beard.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, he also just presents like, I mean, he just was younger to me,
right.
And now I'm like, oh, I see. We are an adult now. We're not messing around. Still young to me because he's still my son Josh's age.
That's right.
But I go, oh man, look at you. I can't believe we've known each other that long. That's crazy.
Oh wait, hold on. Jack has been nice enough to gift me a copy of his book, Joy Punks. But he hasn't signed it. So, so what's the point? I don't want an author's book if they haven't signed it.
That's great.
I don't know. We'll get a Sharpie in here somewhere. You got one?
I got one. Yeah. Hold on. I got one.
Let me ask. You're only just starting promotion for Joy Punks.
Yes.
Where can people buy this? Amazon?
So it's on BarnesandNoble.com right now. It's on the Kindle store.
Okay.
I had a problem with Amazon.
Yeah.
Where they asked if it had like sexually explicit stuff, and there's a scene where they go to the strip club.
Okay.
And so I hit yes, and I wasn't paying attention, but they were asking if it had sexually explicit images. So basically, they thought my book was like a porno mag.
I see.
And so now it's not available on Amazon. And I'm reworking it. I've been on the phone with them the last like 4 days. It should be back on Amazon to buy physical copies in like a day or two.
Well,
nice.
We don't want to hear from you next until you're at a point where you got an agent doing all that work for you.
Okay,
That's right.
okay. I'll find someone and they'll know what to do, and you know.
Yeah, I can just tell this story be a good movie, or you know, like a miniseries or something like that. I think it would make a great show.
I certainly hope so. If anyone wants to buy it.
Yeah, Joy Punks is the name of the book. Writing on the Wall, Fletcher, in private life known as Jack. Jack, thank you. It was so much fun chatting and getting to know you.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
And hopefully we'll see you again real soon. Yeah,
anytime. I'd be happy to come down.
Very nice. We'll get a break. It's the Frank Show. Don't go away.
More Frank Show straight ahead on 96.1 KLPX.